the secret ingredient to unreal scrambled eggs is cheddar cheese. So it's Thursday and we've got a new headguard arrived today. So we've gone for a rival, but it's one of these Mexican style headguards. So it's got pretty much full face coverage. So this is my normal training headguard, and it's also the one I compete in. Just lift that up there so slightly. Yeah, so I normally compete in this and train in one of these. Good sturdy headguard, like I said, protects the head well, but it obviously doesn't really have any face coverage. Kind of protects your jaw and chin. But other than that, it's really, you know, it's not like a full face protection headguard. Whereas with this one, it's a Mexican style, so it's full face. So if you want to start slipping, which I do, start slipping big right hands and getting in close, you know, when there's a risk of big hooks and uppercuts, this headguard should just allow me to have a few more risks in training and just do a few things that with this headguard I can't always, let's just say you don't always have the confidence to do. So yeah, we've got two now. Mexican style, competition style. So as we see, full face coverage. Ooh. Whereas with this headguard, if I go, oh, my nose, no cheek protection, so you get a lot more, anything clean to the mush, any jabs, anything like that, you're going to feel it a lot more. And that's not to say that one headguard is the right one to use or one is the wrong one to use. They're just simply two different headguards that provide two different purposes. So that's why I've got one of each.
I think we can officially declare this a hyperfixation now.
That Wednesday sparring, I tell you what, I was tired on Thursday. It was good. It was good to see kind of what the overall stamina and sharpness was like, because the fight's going to be 3 2-minute rounds, and the last round of the night we did was a 2-minute round. So it was good to see what the old stamina levels are like, and they were looking pretty good. I was happy enough with them, which is good because next week we're starting on the sharpening work, so sprints, more explosive work, because I've obviously been working on long runs and things up until now. But yeah, we're looking good. We're looking good. Like I said, it took a lot out of us. Had a bit of a sore neck on Thursday and today, just from getting hit harder than, you know, you're doing technical sparring. I mean, you're not meant to spar hard a lot, but like I said, my friend Boyo was over from China, so we kind of let the hands go a bit. So yeah, a bit of a stiff neck today and a little bit of a headache on Wednesday night going through Thursday, but nothing too major. It's not something you obviously want to do on a weekly basis, you know, once or twice. I mean, to be honest, I think sparring like that normally happens about 4 or 5 times a year. I would do that for whatever reason. Like I said, it's always good to remember how to get punched, but it's not something that you need to do a lot. You just need to know what it feels like. So when a fight, you know what the feeling's like. You know, doing that once or twice a week or whatever, you'd feel it. You know what? It probably wouldn't even take years. It would probably take a year or two, and you'd start to feel it on your cognitive ability. But yeah, I enjoyed it. Like I said, it's not something you want to do a lot. You can't train your head to be stronger and all, you know, all the other stuff people say. It doesn't happen like that. Yeah, maybe you can train your body and get used to body shots, or you can, you know, get used to being hit in the nose and having watery eyes, but there is nothing and no science, no evidence that says being hit in the head gives you better punch resistance. As far as I'm concerned, every shot you take, you know, especially heavy, nasty shots, ones you don't see, ones that hit hard and clean, all they do is lower your punch resistance. Gradually over time, and no good can come from them. So, like I said, a good, you know, 4 or 5 hard sparring sessions a year, but other than that, save it all for the bouts. And when I say 4 or 5 times a year for hard sparring, I mean, even that's a lot. It's not necessarily a thing that you need to do. I like to do it every now and again just to see where you're at, and like I said, if you meet up with an old sparring partner, or you want to have a bit of a tear up. But a lot of professionals in boxing and UFC now will, I know guys that they don't spar hard at all. They only throw hard to the body and not to the head. And some people like will only do tap stuff. So hard sparring is not something that is really beneficial. It doesn't toughen you up. It just wears you down. It's only good, obviously, learning to get the experience. Somebody's throwing a shot fast, you're going to learn more, and you're going to kind of be able to get the timings right, and it's a bit more realistic to a real fight. But you don't need to do it for the sake of getting head resistance or whatever you want to call it, things like that. It doesn't. Every big punch you take just takes a little bit out of you. And that's why I did it on Wednesday, to take something out of myself.